Part 3 podcast. Stephen Malbon.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get right into it.
Put him down for the birdie, dog.
Just a bit outside.
Gang is back together.
Somebody give me a putter. Poured the putt in. I had to make it.
Welcome back to another episode of the Part 3 podcast. I am your host, J.R. Smith. Stephen Malbon is still on the way, a little late on his flight. But we have a very special guest, one of our very few PGA Tour players. Needs no introduction. He's smoking. He smoked it last year on the Korn Ferry. Smoking it this year on the PGA Tour. Mr. Austin Smotherman.
Well, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, good to be here, sitting on the range at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I want to cut you off.
I was just gonna say, not very many other spots you'd rather be in the golf world right now.
No, 100%. So real quick, let's rewind. This time last year, what were you doing? Where were you at? What was the mindset compared to going into where you are right now?
Yeah, this time last year, I was just wrapping up my South American trip, playing the Korn Ferry events down there between Argentina, Chile. I would have already played in the Bahamas for 2 weeks, and then Colombia and Panama. So it was a lot of golf internationally, and then this year, fast forward 12 months, and we've got 2 top 10s on the PGA Tour. We've played our way into the Players Championship for my second time, and I mean, couldn't ask for a better 12 months, really. I mean, I did everything I wanted to last year on the Korn Ferry, earning my PGA Tour card back for my 4th season now, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, man, to see it in fruition, and for me, like, people don't know, but I am really like a golf junkie. I hang out in the golf stores. We both live in Dallas.
That's where we see each other.
Yeah. I see him.
Yet to play golf together, but we've talked about clubs more than shots.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. And like to see it all come into fruition, like from when I first moved to Dallas to even now, to see you like the catapult within 2 years, let alone a year, has been astronomical. How do you deal with everything, the pressures of performing, as well as, playing well and being acceptance of your playing well?
Yeah. I think it's a lot of, for me, like I invite that pressure. I know that's kind of what drives me. I mean, I want to feel my back up against the wall, which is kind of what I had, losing my PGA Tour card 2 years ago, spending a whole year with really no, even conditional status on the PGA Tour. So it meant full commitment to the Korn Ferry. My blueprint was pretty laid out. I mean, it was, what do I got to do to finish inside the top 20 to earn my PGA Tour card back, and hopefully, the number 1 spot, which would have an exemption to this event, so I wouldn't have to earn my way back in and know I had this on the schedule. But I know my game's been trending the right way with everything I'm doing with my coaches, Cameron McCormick, Josh Gregory, and it's just the trust and knowing that, like, every year I've seen incremental improvements and trying to elevate all areas of the game. And this year and last year have been a big emphasis on short game, putting. Feel like ball striking and driving the ball has always been my big strong suit.
Yeah.
And so it's knowing that I can kind of always lean back on those strengths of mine. And, you can kind of hit your way onto the PGA Tour, but you got to be able to putt your way to wins, to, retaining your card, high FedEx Cup finishes, all that kind of stuff. So that's where my focus is right now.
Love that. Yeah. I've seen one of your trophies they brought it in the Sellingers. I've seen the BMW.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty.
That was June last year.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Do you got a sick spot for that in the trophy case?
We've got my little golf room has since turned into my 2 girls' playroom.
Okay.
So it's intermittent between golf stuff and trophies and princess dresses and toys and Legos and whatever it is, stuffed animals. So, but it's kind of up on some shelves over our fireplace and whatnot in there. And downwind, that's probably like 350 right now.
Yeah. Ooh-wee. Somebody's smoking it. Ooh-wee.
I'm glad. That was loud.
That was close.
That was a little close. Nothing like interrupting a podcast, just getting hit with a driver downrange.
Man. Take one straight to the jaw.
Yeah. So Yeah, trophy-wise, I mean, they're displayed in some form or fashion, but like I said, it's kind of more of an emphasis on my girls' playroom now. So
Love that. So
yeah. And they honestly, that the steering wheel from the BMW Pro-Am, that was like probably their most favorite toy ever.
I mean,
they've
imagine.
spun that wheel so many times that like it's the glue and everything's so loose, the thing's all wobbly now. I got to get it remounted. So yeah.
we're both Dallas guys now.
Yeah.
I proudly say it. Yes, all my New Jersey people, I love y'all to death.
And I'm originally a California guy,
See.
but I went to Texas and Dallas before it was the cool thing to do.
This
So
too is true.
I was there in 2012, freshman year at SMU, and it's been home ever since. Everybody asked me, are you going to move back to California at some point? I got family out there. I love visiting, but Dallas has just become that new golf hub,
Yeah.
whether it's guys like you. I mean, you see how many pros are in Dallas.
It's ridiculous.
It's everybody and anybody. I mean, there's always a game. We see each other honestly more on the road than at home because just all the way our schedules are. But
Yeah.
it's nice, like through the wintertime, knowing you can go out really anywhere and be like, hey, let's go chip, let's go putt, pick some guys' brains and get some games going.
Yeah, that's dope. And I can't, overthrow this because she'll kill me. But SMU guy.
Yeah.
My lady went to SMU. Go Mustangs.
Go
I'll say the
Mustangs,
whole
pony up.
thing. Pony up. Or, yeah,
All of it.
all of
But yeah, football game's been great. We our sophomore golf team, or my sophomore year, 2013, we won conference at Innisbrook,
Nice.
which we're playing next week in Tampa for the Valspar. But that was where we had our conference championship for a couple years. Me, Bryson, and Harry Higgs all on that team.
Oh, wow.
Won conference, and that team got honored on the field at the SMU pit game this last season.
Oh, that's dope.
And everybody on that team, we're all still in and around Dallas in some capacity, so it's not like it was a huge reunion like you might think for getting a program or a team back together, because nobody leaves Dallas. Like you go to school there. 4 years at SMU for us we knew where we wanted to be, and guys might transplant here or there, but everybody works their way back to Dallas. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty remarkable how Dallas has really become, like, to me, like a new mecca of golf, especially the younger generation of golf.
Yeah. You look at the junior programs.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Scottie gives back a ton. I mean, the North Texas PGA. For me, I grew up in the first tee of Greater Sacramento in Northern California, and for me, Trinity Forest, my home golf course, has the first tee of Dallas. It's kind of pseudo-attached. Their driving range and their main building are on the backside of our driving range. Did you know that?
No, I did not know
Behind our short course, the little par 3 there,
Yeah.
there's a big berm, but behind that is another driving range for the first tee.
Oh.
And building, indoor hitting bays, all that kind of stuff.
So that's literally like home base for you.
It's all of it. So it's, for me, there's not anywhere else I really imagine myself going, just because my coach is there.
Yeah.
Being around, incoming freshmen, seeing the SMU golfers, day in and day out, and every day it's kind of that perspective, that reminder, like, damn, that was me 10 years ago now, removed as a pro. Like, that's wild to think. And I still get to see these guys come in 18, 19, 20 years old, and I'm 31.
Yeah.
And it's like, they kind of make me feel younger, and especially when I see how good their games are, I'm like, damn, I gotta make hay out here while I can before every 22-year-old's out on tour, which it seems like that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, because, like, for me, I started getting, well, in the game, not just me, in the game of basketball, they started weeding guys out 34, 35, 36 years old. He's like, these dudes are old. And it's just like, no, he just came out of high school and he's played, a certain amount of time. Like, in golf, it seems like this space has been getting really, really good,
really
so
fast.
much younger and faster.
Yeah. I mean, I guess coaching, TrackMan, I think all the YouTube stuff. I mean, there's so much information available at such a young age.
Yeah.
Not that we didn't have it, when I was growing up. I mean, there's some videos and whatnot, but you had Tiger. For me, my generation of junior golf we had Tiger Woods on TV every single weekend.
Yeah.
You got to see, the greatest do his thing and get that kind of inspiration. And nobody's really done that in that same capacity till kind of like Scottie right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't imagine what this next era of 9 to like 15-year-olds that are growing up watching Scottie every single weekend at like a different level of golf.
Yeah.
And then it's trajectories like that, I hope, for the sport in general.
It's incredible. Like, I thought I was, I really didn't learn this until playing tournament golf. I thought I was a good golfer. I thought I was decent at golf. I didn't think I was like.
Was there a mental switch there? You had to feel, regular round versus like, does it feel
100%.
different?
It feels astronomically different. And it's crazy because literally, like, to me, there's regulations in it all, obviously with the rules and everything else.
Right.
But like, when you give me somebody else's card and I got to keep their card, and it's just like, okay, and he's got my card and he's got to keep my card, I'm just like, wait a minute, like, hold on.
Every ball is hitting the bottom of the cup.
Everything.
You're dropping everything that's out of play, or
you're going back to the tee box.
Yeah,
and you're just like
the worst walk in golf. The lone walk back to the tee, calling an official, hey, can I get a card out here to get a ride back out to my ball? So I'm not. Then you got all the timing of it. Having to play fast enough, figuring out your routines, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Which is out here. Especially these last couple weeks, we had twosomes, which typically Thursday, Fridays, like we'll have this week, we'll play in threesomes.
Yeah.
It's quick, but it's not fast.
Mm-hmm.
You get on the weekends, and if you're not used to it, especially coming off the Korn Ferry, where just logistically we don't get to play twosomes that often because usually there's maybe some weather involved or it's really big cuts.
Yeah.
And so you got to finish on time. Well, twosomes go really, really fast. It's just you and another guy, and you're zooming, and the tee times are spaced out, and good golf, like until you're searching for a ball and you feel like you pump the brakes, it almost feels like you're kind of sprinting.
Yeah.
And it's like if you get for good golf, let it snowball, let it keep rolling, just flow, feed off your other guy, what's going on. But if that guy's playing good and you're making some bogeys and you feel like, you got to figure out how to snap yourself out of it that much faster.
Yeah.
And, go hit good shots. Don't jeopardize your pre-shot, stay in your routine, stay present, all those types of things, they're all the cliches. Like they become that much more important when, I was first off at Arnold Palmer this past week. On Friday, we played in 3 hours and 45 minutes. Me and Rasmus Højgaard. That is like on that golf course and in a PGA Tour conditions. Like we were both hitting fairways, hitting greens. I think I shot one under, he shot one over or something like that. But a lot of pars, not searching for balls, not needing rulings. But we look up and it's like, wow, I got like the whole day left.
Yeah.
Like we just got done. Like saves your body, saves less swings, all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's mental focus.
And that's just so different, And it's like, not that I'm not a slow player by any means, but guys have their routines, and it's tough. Maybe playing with a guy that has a slower routine than you.
Yeah. And
you can't get caught up in that because that's going to affect you. And that's when having a good caddy, leaning on your caddy, creating that little bubble around us. Like me and my caddy Zach, we call it our little happy bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just stay in this area, make it our own, and just float around the golf course in this little bubble. There's fans and there's things going on around us, but like his job is to catch me when I'm starting to get on the outside of it, and maybe body language or the things I'm doing or saying are just not productive.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have to worry or bring him back into it because he's so good at it. So, But that keeps me at peace because I know what he's paying attention to, so I can just go focus on golf.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man.
Yeah, 100%.
It's so fun.
Because I'm literally sitting here thinking and putting myself in these shoes and playing these college tournaments. I'm just like, how do I do this without a caddy? Like, do I write it down on my scorecard or like on the back of my notes?
So
like, where do I do this?
My first ever PGA Tour event, I played the 2017 Byron Nelson at TPC Las Colinas. The last year it was held there before it moved to Trinity Forest and then Craig Ranch. And again, I was late tee time, being a sponsor exemption and whatnot. But I was paired with Ryan Armour and Rick Lamb. And I had my buddy Ben Baxter, who's a Dallas guy, teammates with him in college. His family, fortunately, were members at Las Colinas.
Okay.
So I was like, dude, do you want a caddy for me? This is your home course. Great setup. It took me 3 holes before I realized I hadn't even written one number down on my yardage, on my pin sheet. Like, things were just so fast, just so different. And I was like, what is this going? This is not me. Like,
right.
I'm not taking the time that I feel that I need to hit good golf shots. And maybe accommodating other guys or this or that, and it was just like, but things were just spiraling, and like that was like my first wake up call. Like, wow, being in this different environment can really actually change you. So like, what am I going to focus on going forward? Super consistent pre-shot, always putting my numbers down just because it's just part of my process of seeing front edge, seeing pin. I put my little box in my yardage book of where I want to finish, every night before when I put pins in. If I hit the right tee ball, that's where I want to go. And so it kind of gets me looking in the right spots. I just put a simple little box, and like more often than not when we're playing good, surprising enough, that's where I'm putting from on the green.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I started doing this thing to where if somebody asked me, it's like, is it me or you? I without hesitation, like, and this was like freelance golf. It was like, oh, me, I'll go. I'm ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now when
whether you're ready or not.
Whether I'm ready or not.
That's the hard part for sure.
Yeah. And now I'm playing tournament golf and stuff like that, and they'll ask me if it's me or you, and I'll go straight to them. No, it's on you. Yeah. Because then that gives me more free time to free up and do what I got to do to feel like I'm getting ready for that pre-shot or shot.
I'm so guilty of that too. At times, let's just say I was first one on the tee box, and it's not my honor, it's the other guy, but I can go if you want me to, but like that's just me rushing outside of my process or doing something and that's where leaning on your caddy or hopefully yourself being able to catch yourself and not actually follow through with it. But you rushed one shot out here, and that can be the make or break of the tournament, the cut, you name it.
Yeah. So it's funny because we talk, like in basketball, we talk about momentum and how it swings and how it goes, and people don't really understand momentum in golf because they're just not good enough, and they don't play enough tournament golf to really make a birdie or two.
And it's such a slow moving cadence of momentum too, because it's not like you can rush and hit the next golf shot that much faster or better. It's like you might be flowing, but the group in front of you is waiting, or you're waiting for the par 5 green to clear.
Yeah.
Like that's another situation. Let's just say you got a long wait. How do you handle keeping the club in the bag for a long enough time that you're not sitting there feeling like, oh, it's go, 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 go. Now it's time to hit the shot, and then you just rush it over the ball. Yeah. Because you've been waiting for so long. You're like, I've seen this shot. I've hit it like 3 times already in my head.
Yeah.
But I'm guilty of pulling a club, holding it to the point where it's like my caddy would be like, give me that back. We're going to put it back in the bag. We're going to full reset, pull it out again, go through your pre-shot. Because that is more what we do every single time.
Yeah.
It's just those little things, like how consistent, how repetitive can you be in your process for 72 holes. And that's what clearly Scottie's really good at. All the top players in the world. You look at them, their time over the ball. I've seen these numbers in the past. I don't know exactly right now, but like Tiger's pre-shot on the green, major championships, any other tournament, you name it, just time his pre-shot from behind the ball, walk up, hitting the putt. He's within like tenths of a second every single time. Whether it's a 3-footer, 50-footer, you name it, he had it that down.
Yeah. That's amazing to me because in a golf game,
I equate it to like your free throw routine, right?
Yeah.
Like that's my favorite part about basketball is free throws. I was a scrappy player. I played till freshman year of high school actually, but just let me drive, get fouled, I'm gonna make my free throws because that was the most similar thing to like the putting stroke.
Yeah.
And the pre-shot, same stuff, static environment. You're not really moving. You control that line and shoot your free throw.
So are you a nail guy, or you just right at a nail? Or like, because the free throw line, there's the nail right there, and you line up. Are you line up with your right foot, or you're right-handed?
I'm right-handed. Yeah, shoot righty. It don't matter.
Oh,
I'll make it.
I like that.
Yeah, put me somewhere in there. I'll probably get comfy. I don't know all your guys' exact spots, but I was fortunate enough this off season in November. I went down to the Bahamas and got to play with Ray Allen.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I don't toot my own horn too often, but I did drop a little 60 course record on him down at the Abaco Club.
Okay.
And he was keeping my card. Got up and down on the last. He goes, "Hey, nice round, nice 60." And I was like, "Was it 60?" Like I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just in that flow. I was just like, my job right now is to hit this chip shot close and go make my 5-footer. And I was like, "Was it really?" He goes, "Yeah, look." Showed me the card right there. I wrote down his 4, circled it on the last. Yeah, 60. I kept it all day. I was like, sick.
It's funny, man. It's funny that you bring his name up because of all people, like when I play I played this LPGA event, like no, we played 2 rounds together.
Yeah.
And it was to the point to where he would see me walking down the fairway, he would like literally like put his hand on my chest like, "Hey, bro, slow down. Like just
because if you get to the ball too quick, it just throws off your cadence, your pace of play for yourself and your mind, all that stuff.
Yeah. And I feel like your fatigue, your energy, like you burn so much energy in those first 10, 12 holes. It's just like the last
still got
6,
5, 6 left. Yeah.
You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
We shot a few free throws together, and I mean, I wish we had a hoop right here. I'd want to go shoot. You're like, I want to go find a gym right now and go shoot some.
I love that.
But yeah, that was, I mean, game of horse, game of pig with him, and a couple free throws from the line, and I wasn't gonna leave till I made. I think that day, having not shot in a while, I think I made like 15 in a row.
Really?
Yeah. That's my deal.
Okay.
So
that's shoot.
Next time we're in Dallas, let's find a gym.
Nah, for sure.
And then we'll go play a quick 9.
We got to. I like that.
Yeah.
We got to put one up at Married or at Trinity.
Why not?
Put
that in the lot.
These guys. I figure we know some people that
for
can
sure.
make it happen.
For sure.
Quick question, and is to wrap it up. Like, obviously, we're here at the Players. What does it mean to you being here? Like, how is the course faring up, and like, what is the expectations? Obviously, you want to win and everything else, but like,
being at the Players, the history, this clubhouse. I mean, walking in the locker room and knowing that I go one way and the champions go another way is pretty cool. I mean, there's the champions locker room and the locker room to the left. And, I want to peek in there, see what it's like. But, kind of like Augusta, which has their same champions locker room. I don't want to go in there till it's the right time, till I earn my way in there. So
I love that.
I think this course fits my game well. You got to ball strike it really good out here.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned earlier we're going to have south breezes today through Friday. Storms coming. Weekend's going to have some north winds. So the whole course, T-balls are going to flip. Everything's going to play a little different. I'm fortunate enough. My caddie's been here like 15 times, so he's seen every wind direction under the sun. Going to get me around.
Nice.
I'm taking it kind of low energy so far. I just played a 4-hole loop this morning, practiced. Tomorrow I'm going to play the back 9 in the morning early and then shut it down before a 2 o'clock tee time on Thursday.
Nice. So you got to
early Friday, which will be a quick turnaround. Hopefully whatever storms are projected are getting pushed back or are going to be overnight so we don't get delayed or anything, but can't control Mother Nature.
You cannot control it. But Austin, appreciate you having me, man.
Thank you.
This has been great. Let's do it again in Dallas.
Please, let's do it.
Let's do it.
See you on the court.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Part 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the Part 3 podcast. I am one of your hosts, J.R. Smith. My co-host, Stephen Malbon, couldn't be here today, but we have a very special guest. We are live from the Players. Incredible analyst, incredible golf, I would say grower of the game, just a beautiful mind of the game, teacher of the game, legend of the game, historian of the game, Mr. Gary Koch. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Well, thank you, JR. I need to hire you as my PR man. Hell, I didn't realize I was that great, but thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys.
No, 100%. For me, I've been a professional athlete and seeing other people who've done their thing at a very high level, whether it's performance, whether it's speaking about the game, knowledge of the game, growing the game, knowing the knowledge of, again, historian of the game. I got to give credit when the credit is due, and you are definitely worthy
I
of that.
appreciate that. I was very fortunate. I had a nice career on the PGA Tour, played for 15 years, managed to win 6 times in a generation where there were a lot of really good players, so very proud of that. Had the opportunity to go into television back in 1990. Worked at ESPN when they were just starting to cover golf, mainly senior tour golf. Worked there for 6 years and then had the opportunity to move to NBC Sports 1997 and was there for about 26 years. So
nice.
It was a long run.
Long run. I'm going to start because I'm going to be selfish for my own purposes, but I want to talk more about college golf.
Okay.
College golf. You play college golf, University of Florida, which is up the road, not too far. I didn't make the cut this week. I was supposed to be at a college tournament
Right,
today.
I knew you were
South Carolina,
starting to play again. Yeah,
and I didn't make the cut. What do you have to? How do you continuously inspire guys who continuously, well, younger generation more, who continuously go practice every day, continuously put the time and work in, and sometimes they don't see it as far as in tournament play or performance?
Well, I think, JR, you have to really look at it in the big picture of things, and golf is probably one of the hardest sports to win. I mean, the winning percentage. I mean, Tiger was arguably the best at it. Jack Nicklaus the best at it, and their winning percentage is like maybe 25%.
Yeah.
So you lose. You lose a lot. You have to figure out a way to create, in my mind, goals and achievements to feel like you're successful, even if you're not winning or you're not qualifying. You have to look at the little things. Am I doing the right things? I often tell young players when they come to me too, a lot of it is figuring out what works for you. There is no magic formula. What you're trying to achieve is to be able to play closest to your capability when it counts.
Yeah.
And that varies for everybody. What gets them into that comfort level to allow them to do that? There is no magic formula for it. What worked for me probably didn't work for Tiger, probably didn't work for Jack Nicklaus. It took me a while to figure it out, what I needed to do. And I think that's one of the most difficult things. It's something I tell, all the time when I'm asked that question. Keep a journal, what did I do today, and how did I play? What did I do to prepare? Did I play well? Did I play poorly? Keep that journal, keep it a regular thing to where you can start to refer back to it on the days you played well. Maybe there was a consistency in how you prepared. And on the days you played poorly, maybe there was something missing, But again, that's something for the individual.
Yeah. See, I keep a journal, but I've never thought about it keeping a journal in golf in that sense of,
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to keep your stats. It's easy to keep, how many fairways you hit, how many greens you hit, how many putts you have, how many times you get it up and down and all that. But I also think it's really important, how are you feeling? What were your thoughts? If I didn't play particularly well today, did I have a lot of swing thoughts? Was I too mechanical? Was I not playing the game? Was I playing golf swing instead of golf? So those are all little things that go into the makeup of allowing a player to play to their capabilities.
Nice. See, I know a lot of my college teammates would appreciate that because sometimes we play well in practice and we'll play well in qualifiers, and then we'll even get to the tournament and then just, lay an egg.
Yeah, well, I think it was Bobby Jones who said many years ago, there's a difference between golf and tournament golf.
100%.
And he's absolutely right. When you've got a scorecard and a pencil in your hand and you're in competition, it's different. It really is. And it's a matter, again, of, you figuring out what allows you to play to your capability in that situation.
Yeah, see, for me, I play a lot of golf. But I also play a lot of leisure golf with my boys and playing the club and stuff like that. And as of recent years, I've played more tournament golf, and I'm really learned when you really got to hone in and pencil that that score in.
Make every putt.
Make every putt. It's just driver doesn't seem that appealing off every par four.
Well, and that again too. That's part of figuring out what works for you, and strategy. Do I need to hit driver every hole? Do I hit it far enough with something other than driver to still play the hole properly? And those are all things that factor into it.
So you've obviously, and I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, but you've seen Tiger playing out here, called it so many different shots, and the amazing putt, obviously, on 17. Have you ever seen anybody in more control of their game like him at that point in time?
I would say that there was a period of time from about 1999 through probably about 2005 where Tiger played the game like it's never been played by anybody else. His control was that good. His short game was that good. His putting was that good. His mind was that good. It was impressive to see. It really was. When I look back on the generation I played against, Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer and Lee Trevino, and most of those guys had some area of their game that maybe wasn't quite as good as the other areas. Jack would be very honest with you. His short game, by tour standards, was probably very average, but he also hit 16 greens around, so it didn't need to be, that great. But Tiger was the first guy to really come along to me that had every aspect of the game at a top level. And, obviously that period of time, he won a lot of tournaments, a lot of majors, and, it was fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, obviously in modern day, is it fair to say, because obviously we hear it all the time and hear the comparisons, is it fair to you to put Scottie in that conversation and I don't want to I say fair to him, and is it fair to Tiger? Because obviously it goes both ways.
Yeah, I think it's a little early for that. The sample size is small. I mean, you're looking at, what has he had now the last 4 or 5 years where he's been, number one, and rightfully so. He reminds me of Tiger from the aspect of normally his iron play is the quality that Tiger had. He tends to hit the ball the right distance a lot with his iron play. To me, that's innate. That's something you can't teach. So in other words, when we're sitting here on the range here at the Players, and everybody has their TrackMan out there. So say a guy has his 7-iron, and his stock 7-iron goes, and I'm going to make up the number, 179 yards. How many times in the course of a round do you actually get a 179-yard shot? Almost never.
Yeah.
So therefore, you've got 182 yards. Well, can you change just enough to make that 7-iron go the 3 yards farther? Maybe it's 174 yards. Can you take the 5 yards off of that 7-iron to make it go that distance? A lot of guys nowadays, to me, because of the speed they create, and they try to speed train to hit the ball far off the tee, have trouble with that. They can't dial it back or maybe add just a little. They've got kind of what I would call one speed. Scottie, to me, has multiple speeds, and that's something you don't teach somebody. They either have that instinct, that innate instinct to be able to do it, or they don't. Tiger had it, no question about it. Scottie's the closest I've seen to that. But again, it's a short period of time. Let's give it another 5 years, and we'll revisit the conversation.
Yeah. Do you feel as though, like, in because so many different generations talk about technology, ball, how much does that play into scoring, and does that affect records, or should it affect records that stand? Well,
I think you make a good point. I mean, obviously, from my generation to this generation that's playing now, the equipment is totally different. The technology that they use to train themselves is totally different. Even how they go about training is totally different. They're much more. I wouldn't say our generation didn't have athletes, because you had to have great eye-hand coordination to play golf.
Yeah.
But these guys train very differently to train their golf muscles to create speed and distance. Is it fair to compare the records? Records are meant to be broken, and sports evolve, and golf has definitely evolved. There's no question about it.
To be fair, though, you guys weren't. I mean, a lot of you guys had regular jobs as well as playing golf, and these guys are making a lot of money.
Especially especially the generation before mine. A lot of the guys were club pros. They would be club pros. Kind of in the off season through the winter months, and then come back out and try to play on the PGA Tour. So yeah, it was very different. I mean, it's a very focused way of performing now, which makes perfect sense because the opportunity is there to make an extremely large amount of money. The other thing that's very different, when I'm here at the Players and I go out on the course and, you watch the guys in the practice rounds, they've all got their team with them.
Yeah.
My team was my caddy and my wife. I mean, that was it. We didn't have the money. We couldn't afford. I mean, we might have had an instructor that we would go see, but we didn't have the money available to us to have a nutritionist and have a sports psychologist with us and a trainer with us and a physio with us and all that. I mean, we just didn't. So from that standpoint, I think these guys are very fortunate that they make the kind of money that they do to be able to have that team around them. I'm not saying it makes playing easier, but it probably makes it more efficient.
Yeah. Obviously, we know you for the call. I mean, if you haven't heard this call and you're quote unquote a golfer, you're not a real golfer. Is it your favorite reference when people say something about you or say something to you, or would you much rather someone speak about your play, or is it like how does it
well
work?
It's clearly, JR, it's clearly what I'm known for, and that's fine. You know what, it was I tell people all the time, I was fortunate. I was in the right place at the right time with the right person, Tiger Woods, doing the things that Tiger did at that time frame. He did things that no other player on the PGA Tour did. And I just happened to be part of one of those moments. Now, the call was, we watched a replay of it here just yesterday at PGA Tour Productions. And
25 years, by the way.
Yeah, 25 years ago. The nice thing was we had plenty of time to set up just how difficult the putt was. I mentioned, before Tiger ever got ready to putt, that I had seen 4 or 5 players putt from a similar position that day. No one had kept the ball on the green. They had all missed the hole to the right. The ball had gone down into the fringe. Not one player had even 2-putted from that position. And you could tell as Tiger was kind of eyeing the putt and walking around on the top ridge there, looking at where he wanted the ball to come over the slope, that he was looking farther to the left than anybody else had. So therefore, when the putt took off and it was farther left than anyone I had seen from that position, it was better than most. And then, of course, it starts rolling down the hill. Certainly well left of all the other ones, better than most. Johnny pipes in with how about in? And then, of course, it does go in, and then it was clearly better than most. So, it was just a reaction to the moment. I go back and I watch it. The best thing about it to me, his reaction, one, that was back when he used to love to give the massive fist pumps. And 2 was the fact that not any of our announcers said a word for about 45 seconds, which in TV time, is an eternity.
Yeah.
But we had great reaction shots from the crowd and the replay of Tiger's reaction and the replay of the putt. And, it just all played out to be just one of those magical moments.
Nice. I played 16 years professional basketball. You played 15 years professional golf. And you're now doing what you've been doing at an amazing job as an analyst. Is it something being an analyst, is it something you wanted to do, or is it something you love so much about the game that you wanted to give the knowledge? Well,
JR, I'll be honest. I had gotten to a point in my career where I was not performing the way I wanted to on the PGA Tour. I had 2 small children at home with my wife. They were getting ready to start school. I was traveling a lot by myself, on the road, 25 to 30 weeks out of the year. Felt like I was missing a lot in my home life. We were doing a University of Florida fundraiser for the golf team at Lake Nona. This was spring of 1990. And Bob Murphy, who had played at the University of Florida, had started doing television work at ESPN. They were starting to cover the senior tour. And he came up to me and he said, "Have you ever thought about doing television?" And I said, "Well, Bob, right about now, I'd try anything different." I was that frustrated with how I was playing. And he said Jim Colbert, who was also working with them, was getting ready to turn 50, and he had told ESPN he was going to go play the Champions Tour, go to senior golf, and they would be looking for someone to replace him. So he said, "If you don't mind, I'll give our producer your number." I said, "That'd be great, love to." Well, about 6 weeks went by, and I hadn't heard a word, and I'm still struggling and playing and, not doing very well. Finally, this producer calls and he says, "I've got about 5 opportunities between now and the end of the year where you could come out. We can see if you like it. We'll see if we think you have any potential." Of those 5 weeks, 3 of them were weeks that I normally played in PGA Tour events, and I was still an exempt player. And I told my wife, if I'm ever going to make a change, I've got to take advantage of this opportunity, because back then there was no Golf Channel. You know, there were only basically three networks that were covering golf. There weren't that many positions. So I made the decision to go ahead and try it. And after those 5 weeks, I decided I liked it. They thought I had some potential. And they signed me to a contract in 1991 to work full time. So it was interesting, you know, having played golf, an individual sport, for so long, and you know, college golf, obviously, team golf, which was a lot of fun. But the most of the golf I played was, you know, as an individual. And you have good friends and everything, but the bottom line is every Thursday, it's you against the other 140 guys in the field.
Yeah.
When I started doing television, I realized what a team effort it was. You know, you hear the 5 or 6 announcers, you know, you see the faces, but you don't realize that there are 150 other people working and have to do their job just right for you to sit on the couch and hit the clicker and it magically appear. And it just really appealed to me that it was a team effort, you know, to be part of a team. And, you know, I started full-time 91 and never looked back and have really enjoyed it. Yeah, been a great opportunity.
We've enjoyed you. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you, JR. Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. That's another one for the Part 3 podcast. Gary Koch. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.